artificial colors: harmful, harmless, or healthy? Now, I know I tell people to eat the rainbow, bright, colorful foods, but not that colorful. We now know artificial colors are harmful. 34 years ago, Chief of Pediatrics Ben Feingold published Heresy, suggesting that artificial food colors could so damage a child's developing nervous system that it could actually affect their behavior. Dow Chemical disagreed, as did Coca-Cola and other players within the $200 billion food industry, who were able to convince the medical establishment that this was ridiculous. But the truth can only be buried for so long, and last year, after the publication of this randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled food challenge in the most prestigious medical journal in the world, showing artificial colors increased impulsivity, inattentiveness, and hyperactivity among young children, there have now been repeated calls to better regulate or ban artificial colors altogether. Is it true that there's a food dye made out of crushed bugs? Fact or fiction? Fact, and here she is, the pregnant cochineal beetle. This is what she looks like when you smush them, and this is what it looks like when you lick them. And it doesn't say contains bugs on the label. It says things like color added. So when parents feed their children yogurt, for example, they may be feeding them a strawberry splash of boiled insects. Unappetizing? Perhaps, but harmful? Bug juice is a natural color. I mean, there's nothing artificial about bugs. In fact, the reason they use them is because some of the artificial red dyes, like red number 3, were banned as carcinogens. But who still thinks they're harmful? Who thinks gross, but harmless? Anyone think they could maybe use the extra protein? Cochineal beetle extract is harmful. Sends hundreds of people to the emergency room every year, so potentially dangerous that the Center for Science in the Public Interest has called for all bug-based dyes to be exterminated. The FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, refuses to ban it, but they did announce this year that they will at least start requiring it to be listed in the ingredients, instead of just being color added. Good news for those of us who'd rather listen to the beetles than eat any. Of course, the labeling law won't go into effect until 2011, but until then, I have a suggestion for food companies. Should you want to make your cherry popsicles red, how about adding some cherries?